Okay, we are back for preview number 4 out of 8. This means we are halfway through the previews for 2021. And this one is the Pittsburgh Penguins and the New York Islanders. First off, before you watch the rest of this preview, please go make sure to go down below and subscribe. We are only 10. 10. It's kind of weird how we started off with like 30 and we gained 20 over the past week or so. We are 10 subscribers away from 800. And it would be amazing to make it there by at least the end of next week, or at least by the end of the first round. It would be absolutely amazing. And then, maybe we can focus on 900, and if the playoffs treat us well, 1,000 potentially. So, you never know. I'm not going to come out here and be like, oh, yeah, and say all this yada, yada, yada stuff. But we're getting pretty close, so if you want to go down below and subscribe, please make sure to. Anyways, I'm going to keep this a little bit short. The intros are always long. Let's get into the preview. So the funny thing is with these two teams, I don't really know who to root for in this series because I am a Philadelphia Flyers fan, for those who don't know. And that doesn't change my bias on some of the things here. Maybe back in the past before, the beginning of the year, maybe I had a little bit of bias in me, but now I'm kind of clean. I don't really bias my opinions too much, unless if it's for my own two teams. Hello, guys. But for the rest of the teams, I'm basically unbiased. So, Pittsburgh and New York. Pittsburgh, as a Flyers fan, it's not really legal for me to root for them. And the Islanders knocked us out last year in the playoffs, and I can't find it in my heart to root for them either. So honestly, I'm hoping Quebec comes out of nowhere and is like, you know what? We'll take that spot from you, and they both get knocked out. But anyways, I wouldn't mind that. But anyways, let's get into the real stuff here. So, there's been 5 playoff series played in NHL history between these two teams. And this is the 6th one in NHL history. And the Islanders have taken 4 out of 5. I think that goes to show that they handled the Penguins pretty well. But I don't know if any of those were during the Crosby era. That's the problem. So, the leaders for the New York Islanders, Matthew Barzal leads with 45 points. Everyone says he's overrated, and I think I honestly agree with part of that statement, but he isn't a horrible player outside of that. So I think Barzal's been good this season. He was injured for a little bit day-to-day a couple times, but nonetheless, he's been pretty good throughout. Brock Nelson leads the team with 18 goals. Nelson, a well-known goal scorer, really making his contract look actually good because it's, at the time of his signing, everyone was like, "Oh, that contract's terrible." And then Nick Leddy, who no one thought he would really do much, leads in 29 assists. So that's pretty good for the Islanders. And Semyon Varlamov has continued an insane season with a 2.04 goals against average. I remember he had that huge shutout streak against the New York Rangers. He's had 7 shutouts total this season. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he just blanks Pittsburgh in a couple of these games here. So I think Varlamov's been pretty well for the Islanders. And I think that if Pittsburgh, they have some good offense, but it's going to be hard to get past Varlamov. Crosby leads the team with 62 points. That's McDavid. Crosby's been good the whole season. He's been good throughout his entire career. There's really nothing else to it. He never fails to disappoint us. I remember earlier in the season he tried to score a Michigan, and he failed, but he tried. And you know what? I think he'll get it. He also leads with 24 goals. He's getting the goals up on that list. And then Letang leads with 38 assists. Letang has kept himself as a good defenseman. Not usually in the playoffs. I think my friend Matthew Keim can confirm that. But he's been pretty good during the regular season, and he is definitely going to be a key role in this playoffs. And Tristan Jarry leads in the goals against average percentage with 2.75. He will likely go in there and lead this March for the Penguins. And yeah, they have a lot of guys in there for the Pens. They have Jeff Carter. They've acquired a couple of guys at the deadline. They got more guys coming back like Kapanen, and they have depth. They have a lot of depth. Pittsburgh has that, and I think, you know what, with this team, they're gonna do pretty well if someone gets injured. And as for the Islanders, they have Palmieri and Zajac. They have Braden Coburn as well as a depth defenseman. Yeah, this team could be really dangerous. I think both teams can be fairly dangerous. The games against each other this season, this may be wrong because I checked it like twice, and they only played 5 times. Pittsburgh leads in 3-2. There was a lot. There was like I was on the Islanders side, and it said like a loss, but it said 3-3. I'm like, how does that work? They tied and they both lost. Like, I don't know. It was just really confusing. If you go look, it's like a glitch, I think, on NHL. If you're watching this NHL, please fix that. But yeah, I'm kind of wondering who's really gonna win this. I'm not really rooting for anyone, so that probably means I'm not gonna watch it. Not watch that many games. I'll probably watch maybe like game 1 and the elimination game, but I won't watch too much. So, and I think that a lot of these teams have depth. The one thing that scares me though is the Islanders were struggling towards the end. They were struggling a bit. So I'm wondering if maybe they can solidify, make themselves relevant in the playoffs. I mean, it's Barry Trotz. Anything can happen. And I've noticed as well, they're better against teams below the playoff line than they were above teams above the playoff line. That's what I noticed. They were better against Philly and Buffalo and New Jersey and the Rangers. I mean, who wasn't? Besides Philadelphia, because Philadelphia apparently outplays it. Yeah. And then, they weren't really good against Boston or Washington or Pittsburgh. So it's really a big question what the Islanders are going to do here. But the Penguins were really buzzing heading into the end of the season here. And I think that, they'll carry that energy into the playoffs. And maybe they can get Crosby a fourth Stanley Cup. And, I mean, they've won a lot of cups in the past 25 years or so. I wouldn't count them out for another one because I keep counting them out. I also counted out Boston, too, and look at where Boston's at now. So that's the amazing thing. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know who you think is going to win this. I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, as I said earlier, please do it. It would mean a lot to me. As a 14-year-old kid making these YouTube videos kind of for himself, he's not really making it for anyone. Well, he is making it for you guys, but he's not really. But, I'm not really making it for, I'm just kind of using it to take up time because without YouTube, I have a lot of time on my hands. And you know what? Everything's been doing pretty good. We're kind of almost at the end of the week here. It's Thursday. I wouldn't mind making some more videos today, tomorrow, the weekend, and next week. It's going to be a good time. School ends in about 20 days or so. So we're at the home stretch. So thank you all for watching, for our support, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will probably be, I need to wait for tomorrow. After tomorrow, Saturday might be a busy day for me because I have to make both previews. Because Colorado can overtake Vegas for first if they win tonight, and if they lose, I can make preview for Vegas and St. Louis, and then I can make all the and then everything's good. So yeah, anyways, thank you all for watching, for our support, and I will see you guys in the next video.